Is a major shakeup coming to the Windy City? The Chicago Bulls are at the center of swirling trade rumors that could reshape the NBA landscape. Nikola Vucevic to the Knicks? Zach LaVine on the move? We're diving deep into the latest buzz, potential destinations, and what it all means for the Bulls and the league. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. Today we're diving deep into the latest NBA trade buzz, focusing on some potentially major moves for the Chicago Bulls. We've got a lot to unpack, including rumors about Nikola Vucevic possibly heading to the Big Apple, the ongoing Zach LaVine trade saga, and other updates swirling around the Bulls roster. So, let's get right into it. Let's start with the bombshell that's been making waves across the NBA community, the possibility of Nikola Vucevic joining the New York Knicks. Now, before we get too carried away, it's important to note that this is still very much in the rumor stage. But let's break down why this potential move is generating so much buzz. First off, the Knicks have been in the market for a reliable center for quite some time. While Mitchell Robinson has shown flashes of brilliance, injuries and inconsistency have plagued his career. Enter Nikola Vucevic, a two-time All-Star with a well-rounded game that could potentially take the Knicks to the next level. Vucevic's skill set is tailor-made for today's NBA. He's a big man who can stretch the floor, hitting threes at a respectable clip, while also providing a strong presence in the post. His passing ability for a center is also top-notch, which could open up new dimensions for the Knicks' offense. But why would the Bulls consider moving Vucevic? Well, Chicago has been struggling to find their identity this season. Despite having a roster that looks great on paper, the results haven't been there. Moving Vucevic could be a way for the Bulls to shake things up and potentially acquire assets that better fit their timeline or playing style. From the Knicks' perspective, adding Vucevic could be the piece that pushes them from a good team to a great one. Imagine Vucevic in pick-and-roll situations with Jalen Brunson, or spacing the floor to give Julius Randle more room to operate in the paint. The possibilities are intriguing, to say the least. However, there are some potential roadblocks to this deal. The Knicks would need to put together an attractive package to entice the Bulls. This could include some combination of young players, draft picks, and possibly a veteran to match salaries. Names like Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes, and future first-round picks have been floated in speculative trade packages. It's also worth considering how Vucevic would fit into Tom Thibodeau's system. Thibs is known for his defensive-minded approach, and while Vucevic isn't a liability on that end, he's not exactly known as a defensive anchor. The Knicks would need to be confident that they could scheme around any potential defensive shortcomings. Now, let's shift our focus to the other big name in Chicago, Zach LaVine. The LaVine trade rumors have been a constant backdrop to the Bulls season, and they don't seem to be going away anytime soon. LaVine, a two-time All-Star himself, has been putting up solid numbers this season. However, questions about his fit alongside DeMar DeRozan and the overall direction of the team have fueled speculation about his future in Chicago. The latest buzz suggests that several teams are still monitoring LaVine's situation. The Los Angeles Lakers have been consistently linked to LaVine, given their need for additional firepower and LaVine's LA roots. The Miami Heat have also been mentioned as a potential suitor, as they're always on the lookout for star talent to pair with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. One interesting development in the LaVine saga is the emergence of the Philadelphia 76ers as a potential destination. With James Harden's departure, the Sixers have been looking for another dynamic perimeter scorer to complement Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. LaVine's ability to create his own shot and work off the ball could make him an intriguing fit in Philly. However, trading LaVine isn't a simple proposition. His max contract extension, which kicked in this season, means that any team acquiring him would need to send back significant salary. There's also the question of what the Bulls would want in return. Are they looking to retool on the fly with win-now players, or are they more interested in young prospects and draft picks to kickstart a rebuild? The Bulls front office, led by Arturas Karnisovas, has been playing their cards close to the chest. They've maintained publicly that they're not actively shopping LaVine, but as we all know, in the NBA, everyone has a price. One factor that could push the Bulls towards a LaVine trade is the team's performance. If Chicago continues to hover around .500 and struggle to make a significant push in the Eastern Conference, it might force their hand. The NBA trade deadline is still a ways off, but it's something to keep a close eye on as we move deeper into the season. While Vucevic and LaVine are grabbing most of the headlines, there are other players on the Bulls roster who could be on the move. There's also been some chatter about Coby White. The young guard has shown flashes of potential but has struggled to find consistent playing time in a crowded Bulls backcourt. A change of scenery could be beneficial for White's development, and there are surely teams out there intrigued by his scoring ability and youth. All of these potential moves raise larger questions about the Bulls' direction as a franchise. Are we witnessing the beginning of a full-scale rebuild in Chicago? Or is this more of a retooling process to better complement the team's core players? If the Bulls do move on from both Vucevic and LaVine, it would signal a dramatic shift in their approach. It would likely mean a focus on acquiring young talent and draft assets, potentially leading to a few lean years as they develop their next core. On the other hand, if they only move one of their stars and bring back win-now players, it could indicate that the Bulls still believe they can compete in the short term with the right pieces around DeRozan and whoever remains between Vucevic and LaVine. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months will have far-reaching implications for the Bulls' future. Fans are understandably anxious about what's to come, but there's also a sense of excitement about the possibilities that these potential trades could bring. As we wrap up, it's clear that the Chicago Bulls are at a crossroads. The decisions they make in the coming weeks and months will shape the direction of the franchise for years to come. Whether it's Vucevic to the Knicks, LaVine to a contender, or other moves involving their role players, Bulls fans are in for an exciting and potentially turbulent ride. What do you think about these trade rumors? Are you in favor of the Bulls making big moves, or would you rather see them stand pat and try to make it work with their current core? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the latest Bulls trade rumors, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more NBA news and analysis.